Today, I'm using a single shiny Tinkaton to try and defeat all 8 gyms in the post-game gym challenge, where each gym leader is at their most powerful. And just to complicate things, every team will also be completely randomized. So, let's get to it. While out training up Tinkaton, we found a god hanging out by a river. It's a pretty super cool Pokemon to come across while exploring. After I felt like I had trained up enough, I went for my first gym of the challenge, which is Iono, and her weird pointy teeth. She leads off with a Dunsparce. So, I decided to smack it with Tinkaton's huge hammer, and it almost one-shots. But Dunsparce barely hangs on, and fires back with Endeavor, leaving me with only 7 HP. What a great start! Iono's second Pokemon is a Glalie, and with just one hammer smack, it's out of here! She follows up with a shiny Bombirder. Tinkaton plays rough with it, but it just barely hangs on, and fires back with a knockoff, resulting in loss number 1. Did I mention I'm off to a great start? For sure. But that's okay. I quickly head back over for the rematch. This time, I go for 2 Brick Breaks against Dunsparce to knock it out. And I one-shot Glalie with a Gigaton Hammer.
And it's gone.
And it's back to her shiny Bombirder. Except this time, it goes down to just 1 play rough. Next up is Gimmighoul. Gimmighoul goes down with only 2 knockoffs, back to back, which only leaves Iono's ace Pokemon, Hypno. I mean, the Pokemon matches her jacket, color-wise, but I take it down using knockoff, securing the first W of the gym challenge. With the wind in my sails, I set off for the Sunflora town to take on Brassius, otherwise known as Mr. Avant-Garde. He leads off with the water-type Wugtrio, which I think looks like 3 hot dogs on a small rock. Either way, it outsped me and uses Dig. Once it pops back up, I hit it with a single play rough.
And it's gone.
Out next is Ursaluna, and I have nothing to combat this tank. It uses high horsepower, and Tinkaton goes down, resulting in loss number 2. I heal up and head back in. And we're jumping straight to Ursaluna. And I go down again. So, I guess it's time to go train up some more. While out training, I find a bunch of wild Urshifu just hanging out. And after grinding up a bit, I head back to take on the gym. And we will cut straight to when Ursaluna comes out. This time, I hit it with a play rough and don't go down to high horsepower. So, I finish it off with a Gigaton Hammer. Out next is Chin Pao. This Pokemon looks so cool. It hits me with a Sacred Sword, but goes down to a single play rough.
And it's gone.
Brassius' next Pokemon is an Altaria. That cotton swab goes down fast to a single play rough. With 4 HP and a dream, I face his ace Pokemon, Frogadier. I hope to one-shot it with a Gigaton Hammer, but it just hangs on with a sliver of health left. It uses Hydro Pump, but in a stroke of immense luck, Tinkaton dodges it. And I'm able to follow up with a Play Rough and take it out, resulting in gym number 2 down. That was so close. If you're enjoying this episode so far, leave me a thumbs up. I set my sights on Kofu, who gave me a ton of trouble when I took on this challenge using a Clodsire. This entire battle, the trees in the background keep fading in and out for some reason. It wasn't a big deal, but I figured I'd mention it. Kofu leads off with a Smoliv. One brick break later,
And it's gone.
next out is Espatra. It almost goes down to a single knockoff, but hangs on just to draw things out. So I hit it again.
Nice shot!
Followed up with a Klefki. Also being a steel and fairy type, it was pretty annoying to take down. I hit it a bunch of times with almost one of every move I had, and eventually it went down. Kofu throws out a Mungus. Forgetting its type, I go for a Brick Break. And in return, I get put to sleep. Yay! After getting hit with the Solar Beam, I wake up and take it out with a Gigaton Hammer.
And it's gone.
Kofu's ace Pokemon is Slowking. I've loved that Pokemon ever since the second movie with Lugia. Either way, it's a good fit to this gym. I hit it with 2 knockoffs and secure the W. Gym 3 complete. With that, I set my sights for Larry's gym next. So far, I haven't encountered a ton of setbacks this challenge. Larry leads off with a Nimble. Yeah, it gets one-shotted. Followed up with a Carkle. And Tinkaton takes it down with 2 Brick Breaks. Out next is Ampharos, one of my absolute favorites of Gen 2, and of all time. I go for a Brick Break and a couple knockoffs, but I get pelted with Thunder, and I even get paralyzed, resulting in another loss. At least it was to a great Pokemon, like Ampharos. I quickly reassemble myself and head straight back to the gym. We're gonna cut right to taking on Ampharos again. I use 2 Play Roughs and finish it off, but this time it leaves me with some damage. Larry throws out a Stone Joiner, and I go for the Brick Break. In return, I get hit with a Heavy Slam. Yep, another loss. It's fine. I pick up the leftovers that's right beside this gym and attach it to Tinkaton. Then I head right back in. And we're cutting straight to when Stone Joiner comes out. This time, I go for a Gigaton Hammer. And that one-shots it. Leaving his ace Pokemon, a shiny Primeape. Nice. I run numerous calculations as it terrestrializes before me, such as I use 1 Play Rough, gym number 4 down. I set off to take on Ryme. Her whole thing is double battles, and I can't take only 1 Pokemon into battle, so I add a super weak Charcadet to my team that will help in no way at all. She leads off with a Drifblim and Wigglytuff. I proceed to one-shot the Wigglytuff with our Hammer Bros move. And Drifblim takes down the Charcadet. She throws out Great Tusk, and I decide to use Knockoff on the Drifblim, and it one-shots it. Turns out, Drifblim was actually a Hisuian Zoroark. In return, I get hit with a pretty strong Earthquake from Great Tusk. Ryme throws out Amoonguss. I know at this point, things aren't looking too good. Still, I decide to try and knock out the Great Tusk before it can body me. But it doesn't go down to the play rough. And to top things off, I get put to sleep. Great! Yeah, you guessed it. I don't wake up turn 1, and I go down to close combat from Great Tusk, resulting in another loss. But that's okay, because now I know she's gonna try and put me to sleep. So, I heal up and head directly back to the gym. This time, I decide to take out the Hisuian Zoroark, since Wigglytuff can't do too much to hurt me. But it does take down the Charcadet. Out comes the Great Tusk, and I hit it with 2 play roughs and take it out.
And it's gone.
Amoonguss comes out, and I go for Knockoff. But, of course, I get put to sleep again. Spore is such a broken move. Luckily, I wake up and smack it with a Gigaton Hammer and take it out of here. Ryme throws out her ace Pokemon, which is Drifblim. I'm hanging on with barely any HP at this point, so I'm hoping for the one-shot with a knockoff. But it terrestrializes into a flying type. So yeah, knockoff does almost no damage. And in a crazy turn of events, it uses Explosion, taking itself out, and Wigglytuff too. Yet, I somehow hang on with almost no health, resulting in Gym 5 down in a crazy turn of events. Either way, since I'm already in the snowy mountains, I set off towards the gym with Grusha. We make our way over to the ski slopes, and Grusha leads off with the Lurantis. Tinkaton goes all Hammer Bros on it and knocks it out with a single Gigaton Hammer.
And it's gone.
Out next is Leafeon, so I use Play Rough. Turns out, it was a Hisuian Zoroark. Grusha follows up with Noivern, which also only needs a single Play Rough to defeat. Out next is Leafeon, again. So, I hit it again with Play Rough. This time it was a Zoroark? What? Okay. Leaving only Grusha's ace Pokemon, Leafeon, for the 3rd time. It terrestrializes and I hit it with a Play Rough. Except this time, it did not transform. I mean, you gotta wonder after 2 times. Either way, I use a Gigaton Hammer and finish it off. Gym 6 down. So, I take off for the olive fields to face gym leader Katy. She leads off with a Rookity, which I use a single Play Rough on.
And it's gone.
Out next is Hariyama, and I introduce it to Play Rough as well. Espeon is thrown out, and I switch up and use Knockoff. Her fourth Pokemon is a shiny Wigglytuff. Too bad we go Hammer Bros mode on it.
And it's gone.
Katy's ace Pokemon is a Tinkaton. This is probably my fastest gym completion yet, because we take it down with a single brick break. Gym 7 done quick. Leaving only Tulip as our last stop in this gym challenge. She leads with a Squovette, and to no one's surprise, it goes down fast to a single brick break, followed by a Pawmile. I did an entire gym challenge using only this Pokemon. Either way, I take it down with a single play rough. She throws out a shiny Ice Cube with its ice block head already broken off. Okay. It goes down to a single brick break.
And it's gone.
Her fourth Pokemon is a shiny Calyrex. Wow, that's 2 shiny Pokemon back to back. I use knockoff against it, but it hangs on. So I finish it off next turn, leaving only her ace Pokemon, Charizard. Turn 1, I hit it with Play Rough, and in return, I get hit with Fire Blitz. But the next turn, it outspeeds and uses Fire Blitz again. Even though it was very close to finishing me off, it takes itself out with recoil damage, resulting in Gym 8 complete. That was a wild gym challenge. If you enjoyed this episode, you would probably like the one I did with a single shiny Clodsire. Please leave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Catch you next time.